Hello, I'm Keith from Cora and the Explorer, and this is the famous Cora, my beautiful golden doodle. Today we're going to have a look at my 4 favourite gas burners that I use when I'm backpacking, and I'll tend to use each one for different scenarios, and I'm going to take you through. I'm going to show you each one. I'm going to show you how it works, how it burns, and we'll have a look at how quickly it boils water as well. So let's take a look at these 4 little gas burners or cookers, and I'll talk you through each one. Alright, you okay? Yes. Okay, let's show the people this cooker then, eh? Come on then. This is the MSR. Here in a minute, darling. Come on, good girl, good girl. Down there, down there, down there, come on. Okay, she doesn't want me to show you this cooker. Sit there. Right, this is the MSR Windburner with another try, and it's quite a, I think, large kind of cooker, but it does hold everything you need in here. So this is an all-in-one cartridge type almost pack. So you've got a plastic lid, and the lid's got a drainer, a little vent, and a pourer as well, which is quite useful. It's got a gas canister stand. You also get your gas canister, which fits in there nicely, and if we can tip this up, you've actually got your burner, which I'll show you how that goes together in a second. Along with that, excuse me, I'm left-handed, you get the pot, which you can also use as a mug, and just turning it upside down, I'll take it off camera a second, you get a small plastic cup, which I've never used for anything except for maybe letting Cora have a drink. So let's see how this all fits together. So what you need is your gas canister and your burner. Bend the regulator back and it simply screws on. Nice and easy, no problems at all. MSR will give you a little canister stand as well, which just folds out, a little bit different than many. Let's put this together. There we go. And that is the cooker assembled. Now what this does is it just twists and locks on, and you've got a nice, completely stable, if it wasn't on a bench, cooker. So the Windburner is a little bit different compared to my other stoves because it uses convection rather than a flame, which makes it really good in the wind. So let's see how that works. Now, you can't really see much, but if you look just across here and go a bit closer, you can see a small orange wire glowing. Now what that is doing is it's telling you that the cooker is on. So that is actually starting to heat up. I don't know if you can now see the mesh is starting to glow red, which means that it's operating nicely. Maybe, Cora? One of the drawbacks with this is it can be difficult to tell whether or not the cooker is actually burning, but you can always look for that little orange wire glowing. Come, away from the cooker. Good girl. So this has got 0.3 of a litre in it, which is usually just about enough for a cup of coffee. So I'm going to pop this onto the burner now, and let's see if you can see that. Hopefully you can. Let's start the timer. And there we have it. Let's stop that. Two minutes 12.9. I think you probably take a second off that from my time to turn the stopwatch off. So let's have a look at my second cooker. Now this is a bit of a favourite for me. Is it a favourite for you as well? Is it? Do you like it? Yeah. Do you want to get down? Well, I'll tell the people about the cooker. Come on, down there. Good girl. Good girl. See, Cora likes this cooker too, so it must be good. It's one of these where your gas canister is actually separate along a gas pipe. Now, I like this for winter in particular because it's really useful in terms of how you can use it in the cold. It's also very, very stable for cooking inside of a tent. So let's have a little look at how this goes together. Very straightforward. No need for a gas canister stand. You literally get your canister, let's make sure this turns off, and screws on here to the regulator. Nice and straightforward, no problems at all, straight on. Sorry, just looking at the squirrels, and that's it. Now what I do like about this is that in winter, when it's kind of below freezing, it can get a bit more difficult with your gas. It tends not to flow as well. And what you can do with this is you can actually invert it. So you can turn your gas canister upside down, and that seems to help an awful lot with getting a good flame. But let's see how this actually lights and works, eh? This one isn't a modular type cooking system, so what I'm going to use is my trusted titanium mug. Is it made by Lixada? It's a 650ml mug. I'll leave an Amazon link on for it if you're interested in one. Let's see how it works, eh? Come on, this way. Jump. Oh, baby. Okay. So just getting young Cora out of the way. Now, let's get the gas on. There we go, lights. Now you've got a small tube here on the cooker which actually heats the gas before it's burnt, so as it heats up it'll tend to burn better, which is also a really useful thing to have during the winter. Just come around here, sorry for putting myself in the way of the camera, and I'll just get good flame going on that. Stopwatch at the ready. Pop it on and start. Okay, we're now approaching the 3-minute mark, and as you can see from that, it's starting to steam up, and I think we're getting pretty close to a boil now. Okay, there we have it. See there, 3 minutes 19. So the trusted old winter cooker took a fair bit longer, well over a minute, but it does have its uses in the winter, I think, with the stability and the ability to kind of have that little heater tube on the cooker and invert your gas canister. But nonetheless, that's the time. It's still my favourite for the winter though. So let's move on to gas cooker number 3. Now this is an OEX, and I'm going to show you that now. So burner number 3, or cooker number 3, is just a very standard OEX. Had this for years. I don't use it very often, and I don't know if it's still on the market, but if it is, I'll leave a link along with a link to all the other cookers. So I've changed gas canisters as well, because the other one was about half full at that point, so I didn't want to give them an unfair advantage by letting it run down too low. So this one just screws on. There we go. It's a quite nice and kind of beefy burner, this. I've got a little stand which I bought separately. Opens up in a slightly different way to the MSR, but they're all the same. I just like the MSR one because it's just different. So let's put this down on the bench and see how long it takes to boil the 0.3. So as before, I'm using my titanium mug. Lid on. Timer reset. This one's a bit of a rocket ship. Pop that on there. Full belt. Start. Very tempting to have a little sneaky look under the lid, but it'll just slow the whole process down, won't it? There we are, it's starting to steam a bit now. Where are we? 3 minutes 17. Not quite a boil, I'd say. Getting there now. And we're there. Just turn this off before I speak to you. So with the OEX, that was 3 minutes 35.43. So Cora wants to get back on screen. Every time I sit down and put the camera on, here she is. Hello, you like getting on the telly, do you? Hey, do you? Right, so let's have a look at cooker number 4, and this is my favourite. It's one of these super lightweight BRS cookers, and as you can see when it's folded down, it's absolutely minuscule. Can you see that, how small it is? Let me just get up and show you. Right, so it's so small. It comes in this tiny little pouch. I've been using this little cooker on my long distance backpacking trips, or through hikes if you like that terminology, for the past 2 years. It's been brilliant. It's been absolutely brilliant. The only time I've had any difficulty at all was when a gas canister let me down as opposed to the cooker. Very straightforward to use, just as with the others. Gas canister, just giving it a shake to make sure it's got plenty of gas in. Screws on. Nice and easy. Now, I've never timed this, so I've no idea how it's going to fare. But what I would say is I don't really care how long it takes, because it's so tiny, so light and reliable, that I can't imagine another gas cooker for backpacking. I absolutely love this, and when it eventually wears out, I suspect I'll buy another one and use that. So let's see how this cracks on, eh? I've got the same amount of water in my titanium pot, so let's get this going. Right, let's get this on. Start the stopwatch. There we go, and let's see how long it takes to boil a cup of water. Starting to get a few wisps even of steam, and actually there we are. We've got a boil. Stop that. Let's turn the cooker off. So that one was, if you can see on there, that was 2 minutes 35.39. So the question is, who's the winner out of the 4 cookers? Well, just see where the dog is. There isn't one, because they're all very good in the right situation. The MSR Windburner, it is fantastic for boiling water. If it's windy, I mean, the name's a giveaway, but because there's no flame and it's a convection, it's absolutely fantastic. It's also, let me just call this dog. Cora, come on, over here where I can see you, come. Here she comes. So, if you want a quick cooker, one that stands up to the wind really well, and you're not too bothered about the bulk or the weight, I'll add weights somewhere in the review, then get yourself a dog. Yes, you'll do the cooking for us, won't you? So, now, come here, look. It's ideal for that. However, if you're more concerned about weight than boil time, then this maybe isn't the one for you. The other downside with it is that it's one of these cookers that has the burner sat on top of the gas canister, so it's less stable. I have used it in the winter and it's been pretty good, to be honest, although sometimes I've had to kind of stop mid-cook and give it a bit of a shake because of the cold affecting the gas, but nonetheless it's certainly usable. So this lovely cooker from Amazon with the separate gas tube to the canister, I like this. This is fantastic. They've got a name, I've no idea what it is. I'll call it a preheat tube, probably what it's called anyway. This works really well in cold weather. The gas still has the problems that all gas has, sort of butane propane mix, but you can give the canister a little shake separately. You can turn it upside down, which can help with the burning as well. So it's really good in the winter. Very stable because it's low and it's low to the ground. Now in my winter camps I generally use a Hubig Solo, which is quite small, and I'll use it inside of the tent. It's not recommended, but I do, and it works incredibly well. So in my mind, for winter camping, this is the one. So that leaves two more cookers or burners. My really old original OEX burner. It works, it's fine. Really, it's a emergency kind of cooker for me. If I don't know, just a spare, just sits there in the cupboard and I don't use it anymore. But come here now, come. Sorry about that. Cora has a thing for tractors, and I don't know if you heard, there was a tractor going past, and I worry she might have chased after it, so call her back with a quite stern voice. So yeah, so I mean, this OEX cooker's great. If you're just starting out and you want a cheap one, I'm sure they make an equivalent. Works a little bit slow, but yeah, pop it on there. Now, I make no excuses for this tiny thing being my favourite. It is tiny, it is lightweight, it has proven to be reliable on the Cumbria Way twice, on the West Highland Way, and also on Wainwright's Coast to Coast. It didn't let me down. I love it. I just love this cooker. It's brilliant. If weight is a concern, if reliability is a concern, if you're trying to get your backpack weight as low as you can, have a look at this, the BRS. I'll leave a link on Amazon again. So as I say, there is no winner. It depends what you're using the cooker for. Now, this separate gas canister type cooker, as I say, it's fantastic in the winter. I think it's made, I think it's a Vulcan. If you'd like one of these, I've actually got a brand new one, and it's boxed, and I'm gonna do a Christmas giveaway. So if you like this video, if you subscribe to the channel, and if you put a comment, then I will put your name in the hat, and round about the 10th of December I will pluck a name out the hat and I will get this cooker to you by Christmas as a little Christmas present and a thank you from me. for subscribing and watching my channel. It'll also be really useful for you in the coming winter months. So if you would do that, I'd appreciate it, and you may be in the chance of receiving one of these cookers. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please like, please comment, please subscribe. If you do that, you're in a chance of winning the cooker, but also it would be really helpful to let this channel grow a little bit and enable me to get out more. The more likes, comments and subscriptions I get, the better for the channel. And you never know, one day YouTube might give me a couple of pence for making these videos and I can buy some petrol. But for now I'm gonna go. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.